Morning. It's Monday morning, and I'm running a little bit late this morning. I've been in the Sunshine Coast, and went to a great retreat where I worked on my business, a GSD it was called, and it was a Get Shit Done. And let me just see if that's my glasses. It potentially could be my glasses. I can't see very well. And yeah, it was working on my business. It was fantastic. It was 5 other women, and we had we were in this beautiful log cabin, and it was amazing. And I got all this stuff done in my business, and I came home late and did a few things and decided to sleep in this morning, and the next thing I know it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to get here in time. So I might just check to see if I'm on and if I'm looking fuzzy. No, I don't look fuzzy. Okay, so I want to ask you, do you hide from yourself? So one of the things about being a woman of light and a conscious creator is being aware of not being a dreamer, but actually being in reality, being someone that is aware of what's going on in their life and aware that they are going somewhere, and that they've got 2 orientation points, right? So you want to know where it is that you're choosing to create. I'm sure that if you've been watching me for a while, you will know that that's one of the big things, is what is it that you're choosing to create in your life? Because you've got to be very focused on creating what you truly choose, like just because you want it, just because it's something that is a desire. It's not because you're lacking it at the moment, it's because you just truly desire. So for example, health and vitality. I truly desire to be very healthy and to support my body in the highest capacity so that I can live a very fruitful and energetic and vivacious life, right? And so if you're holding that reality, then you've got to find yourself, when we come to the way the quantum field works and the way super conscious works. So for those that may be new here and have never watched me before, I know that I have invited or approved quite a few other new people over the weekend. So welcome. If this is your first time watching, please put a comment in the chat down the bottom so that we can welcome you again. I love to touch as many lives as possible, and so it's really important to me to be able to connect with new people and say hi and just connect and share love, right? We're all in this together. We're all in this beautiful place together where we're doing our best to shine our light and to create a better world for ourselves and for everybody else. So when we're working with the superconscious, which is that higher aspect of ourselves, that part of ourselves that is, we consider it as being outside of ourselves, but it's actually, where is it? It's the all. It's the all-encompassing aspect of ourselves that was before we actually had a conscious and an unconscious. It's the part of us that, when the cell and when the sperm and the egg came together, and those cells started multiplying, that's the superconscious. When you see a flock of birds and they're, in the sky and they all turn together, or fish turn together, that is the field. That's the quantum field, the superconscious field that they are all connected to. They're all working and moving in oneness, right? There's a code in there. And so when there's this beautiful code in there that's holding space for us, when you're working in that field, you want to know that you're working in integrity, and you want to know that you're working in a place where it's effective, right? Because what happens is we hide from ourselves. We actually have this thing that this is what I choose to create, right? But we're doing that because we're coming from a place, and let's see if I can find my elastic. We're coming from a place of, I choose health because at the moment I'm unhealthy. I've got a dis-ease, I've got a weight challenge, I've got aching bones, whatever it might be. And so you're going, I choose this over here, but you're not looking at your current reality. You're actually going backwards into all of these old patterns. This is how I'm feeling, because I don't feel worthy of having health, or there's all this emotion behind it, like I'm actually not perfect, and I feel like I don't belong. I've got pain in my heart from being hurt too many times, or I've got mother or father issues, or sibling issues where I've been controlled all my life, or even world views. There's things in the world that says, well, when you start getting older, as we get older, you start falling apart. That's the way it is, like it's just old age, whatever it might be. That there's beliefs out there, and there's definitions out there of how we behave. And so when we're creating, we've got this desired end result, and we've got this current reality. If you're a dreamer, in your current reality, you're not actually acknowledging what's going on in your current reality. You're ignoring the signs, you're ignoring the emotions, you're blocking yourself, and you're going, oh, I wish I could have this. But that doesn't create tension in the quantum field. That doesn't create 2 points in the field. Because when you're going, well, actually, let me change that. It does create 2 points in the field, but you've got 1 point going, I wish I'd have this, and then it's not specific. And then you've got this other one that's a way stronger point in the field, saying I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not perfect, I don't belong here, my heart is being broken, so I'm going to shut it down. I've been told all my life that I'm not good enough, and that like whatever I think is wrong. All of these things will start creating the point that's going backwards, causing you to go backwards in your life, instead of actually creating new, being specific about what you want to create. This is what I choose to create just because I want to create it, because I know it's a burning desire in my heart to have this. So I'm going to choose this, and then I'm going to look at my current reality. Now, what's in your current reality? So it's not having to go back into the old patterns of, I was abused as a child, and I was emotionally harassed by my siblings. My teachers treated me poorly, or I can share some stories. I remember one of the teachers was horrible to me. Actually, I've got 2 points of that are really interesting, because one of them I remember made some comment about my legs when they shouldn't have, right? Because I wasn't the only one laughing. He was out of control, like the class was out of control, and he couldn't control the class, and everyone was laughing, including myself. And he pointed me out for some reason. Out of everyone, he pointed me out and made some comment that, as a 34-year-old, 35-year-old teacher he really shouldn't have made, and it just burnt me. I remember that scar for years and years and years. Actually caused a trigger in my system about my legs. And so when you can, you can have someone make some sort of comment that to them they've totally forgotten, right? But it causes you to have a point in your energetic field or in your nervous system that then creates an emotional charge that then affects you, and it's, you survived it, and so your body then goes, well, I need this to keep surviving. So in any situation, that trigger will keep coming up over and over again to remind you that you're not good enough, so that you can't go for what it is you truly choose to create. I remember another time at school when we had a substitute teacher, and he was from another class, and so he was a normal teacher at our school, but he had to take our class for whatever reason it was. And we were in the library, and all the girls had a big crush on him, and like I didn't see why. I just knew that he was a nice teacher, but he was a surfer, and all the girls had a crush on him. And we were in the whole class was in the library, and he said something, right, and everyone smiled at it, and in front of everyone he pointed me out and said, oh my gosh, Elizabeth, you've got an amazing smile. And I could have had if the floor had created a hole, I would have jumped in. It was so embarrassing because I was very, very shy as a child and didn't like to stand out. And so that caused a trigger in another way where I felt really uncomfortable because I've got a big smile, right? But it made me feel uncomfortable about smiling, and I can't help smiling. It's something that is natural to me and my personality, but it caused me to be shy about my smile instead of being encouraging and enjoying my smile as being one of the highlights of my body. It caused it to be a trigger in my body. And so therefore, smiling grabs attention when you don't want it and makes you embarrassed. So these are triggers from our childhood, but they actually affect you right now in your life. So when you're choosing to create something, right? I've got this desire that I want to create. I want to create this beautiful thing in my life, whatever it might be. It might be even just I choose to live a life that I love. And you've got this, so you've created a point in the field, in your energy field. And then you've got to look at what's in your current reality. What's stopping you from getting there? And it's not necessarily going back into those old patterns of childhood, but what's really coming up for you right now, and being realistic about it, not hiding the fact that you may have emotional pain in your heart from whatever it might be. Just going, I know that I block people from being in my life. I don't trust people is another thing that a lot of women find. I don't trust men and women because of previous experiences, but right this moment I'm feeling that I don't trust people. And as I said to one of my clients when she was working with me, she said, I find myself trusting people more since I've been working with you. And I said, it's actually not that you're trusting people more, it's you're trusting your own intuitive connection to yourself and how you assess those people, whether they're people that you can open yourself up to and be a little bit vulnerable with, or if they're people that you need to just be a little bit more wary with because they're not coming from integrity, right? So you connect with yourself and you're aware of, I'm just going to hold space for myself and not necessarily open up completely, because if I open up completely, I may get, this person isn't in their integrity, and I don't want to put myself in that situation, right? So when you're really connected to yourself, you can work out what's going on in your life and what's happening right now. So it's bringing awareness into who you are and connecting in with what's really beautiful about the work that I do is it's not like psychology or anything where you've got to, dig up all the past and bring up all the past traumas, which, then can refire the nervous system into those traumas again. It's actually just going, well, what's present right now in my reality that's causing me to have resistance to that desired end result, what it is I choose to create. So, and it might be as easy as I choose to create health and vitality in my life, and right now in my current reality, I'm not feeling healthy. I'm eating crap. I'm overweight. I've got a disease of some sort, whatever it might be, right? And so just owning where you're at so that you can actually create a proper tension in the universal field. So because tension wants to resolve itself, just like this elastic band, right? When I hold this elastic band, the tension will naturally, if I let go of the resistance in my, the strength in my hands, the tension will naturally want to move so that it's resolving itself. And that's how the universe works as well. It naturally wants to resolve itself. So it's holding that tension and holding that end result of this is what I choose to create in my life. And so in that, I'm going to take steps towards that because this is my current reality. So what is it that I'm choosing to do instead? And I'm going to acknowledge my current reality and just sit with it. Where do I feel I am at? Am I hiding any information from myself? If you're not being truthful, then you're just dreaming. And you're not actually creating any proper tension in the field. You're not, and the universe doesn't go, the universe goes, well, what is it that you want? Because you sort of got this thing over here but it's sort of wishy-washy. But I know that there's this really strong tension over here of I'm not good enough, right? Or I can't be loved, or I'm not safe. That's a really big one for most people. I'm not safe in some way. And so therefore, if there's this tension over here, then you're going to be pulling that tension from your past into your current reality, and your current reality will just go into your future, and you will stay the same. If you do not change in some way, you'll stay the same over and over again. Your current reality will stay, well, actually, I'm not going to make that decision because it's not a safe one, because my subconscious is telling me from a previous experience that it wasn't safe to do. And so therefore, I will just hold on to that I'm not good enough, or that I'm not worthy, or I can't trust people, or whatever it might be. And the emotion will stay charged within your body. And using the example of wanting to lose weight, you'll emotionally eat to hold, to fill the void, to hold, to let go of that tension. Because a lot of people, we've been told that, tension's not good. People think that tension is stress. And so therefore they want to resolve the tension in an emotional way by overeating or indulging in scrolling on Facebook or watching reels or you know, substance abuse of some sort, or just even having a drink. We've all got addictions of some sort, right? And so I want you to ask yourself this week, what is it that I'm creating, and am I hiding from myself? Am I hiding my emotions? And, you know, acknowledging them is really the very first step. This is how I'm feeling, and it sucks, but I'm going to do something about it, because this is what I'm choosing to create over here, right? One of the things about emotions is being really connected to your body and feeling when you're holding onto something within yourself energetically. And when you get triggered, where am I feeling it in my body? You can feel the tension and the resistance come up. And so there's some really easy, simple techniques that you can do just to clear that in the moment. I have just created actually a little mini book called How to Clear Stuck Emotions from Your Body. So if you're interested in getting that, it's a free little download, and it goes through my 3 breaths of how to clear that emotion out of your body. So if you're interested, you're watching this and you would like that free little PDF, then just put yes please in the comments here and we'll send it through to you so that you've got new tools, right? And breathing is, you know, I'm one of these people that you know, meditation and breathing and all this sort of stuff, you sort of go, oh, you know, yes, they're important, but I don't take them as seriously as they are. But when I started really working on this breath thing, and it was just something that came naturally to me, when I started working with it, that's when I really started seeing the power of the breath and how what an amazing tool it is that we've got. You know, like it's there, it's always there. If you're not breathing, you're dying, you know, you're dead. So you know, to be able to access these tools, something that you've constantly got with you, you don't have to pull anything out of your bag or hold, you know, carry oils with you, or you know, have any sort of like implement to trigger you, or wear a necklace or whatever it might be. Breath is something that you've always got with you, right? And so these 3 breaths are very, very powerful, and they're very good to clear emotion out of the body and help support you to release some of what's going on for you now, so that you can step forward into what it is that you're choosing to create. So that's me for the day. And I actually one of the things that I'm aware of is the restrictions that I can cause and put on myself from the rules and regulations of the world. And one of them is I should be doing pause for half an hour, right? Well, I'm not going to drag pause on and say a whole heap of crap that doesn't relate just because I'm trying to hold a particular time frame. So I will share the information that is relevant and let it come through as it comes through. And if it's less than half an hour, then it's less than half an hour. So that's pause for today, and a little bit of wisdom for you as well. Be aware of how often we're holding to particular rules and regulations from outside of ourselves, and are they relevant to us, and are they important? I'm going to have some water. I've got a funny throat, nothing going on, just for some reason I need to cough. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. Remember that we do have Wednesday Wisdom 8:30 on here as well, where I interview a woman and showcase them on the page. But yeah, let's I'd love for you to pause and really reflect on where you're at, where you're going, and are you hiding any information from yourself? So take care, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch you soon. See ya.